I'm sitting here and peace, peace, y'all. Peace. I'm sitting here and Saturn has just really been on my mind. I mentioned Father Time and the conscious download that I did yesterday, December the 24th. And Father Time really been on my mind. And so I said, let me go to my cold library and let me just see what I see about Saturn. And what I found about Saturn, I must share. First of all, the image I could not get out of my mind was the image of Ice Cube, right? As in Saturn, right? The black cube, all right? With Saturn going around his head. I couldn't get the image out of my mind. I didn't know why. Now, I'm going to let you see this image. Now, I said to myself, I can't get this image out of my head. I'm going to read everything that I have written about Saturn in the last 3 or 4 years. So I'm going through it. And this is what came up. In huge, bold letters, okay? Saturn is back in Aquarius after 26 years and bringing change along with it. I said, hold on. I didn't write this. This is written by Elizabeth Gulino. Okay? I'll put the link in here. We'll put the link in. Look, I'm just going to read this and just let you do the work that you came here to do, to be the mental alchemist that you are. Put these codes together. Here we go. Saturn, the planet of challenge, authority, and responsibility, is heading into the revolutionary sign of Aquarius. That was for this month, for December this year, 2020, aka 2012, for those of you all who've been following us for a very long time. You know what I'm talking about. The ring planet had a brief stint in Aquarius earlier this year from March 21st to July 1st. Now it's heading back into the sign of the water bearer from December 17th until March 7th, 2023, which means things are about to change. Saturn is the taskmaster planet of the solar system, explains Mariana Montufar, senior astrology for astrology.com. It often pushes us in order to enact meaningful change. It's like the old sage whose teachings are sometimes dreaded, but are so necessary for our growth and our life structure, she said. As he moves into Aquarius, however, his presence is expected to be a little lighter because he departs from the traditional and cold ways from Capricorn towards a much lighter and future-forward influence. The last time Saturn was in technological Aquarius was back in 1994, which was around the time the World Wide Web was invented and started to really take off, Montufar said. Y'all hear that? The whole year 2020, I've been saying, I feel like I'm back in 1994. I feel like I'm back in 1994. Ooh, when I hear music from 1994, oh my goodness, it just does something to me. And when we found out that your galactic signature is connected to the kind of music you've been attracted to, it made me think, well, I wonder why music from 94 is feeling really relevant for me right now. like what's going on with that? Is time folding over on itself, right? And yes, time is folding in on itself, which is why we're having things like Mandela effects and things like that. So yes, we are editing the timeline with our consciousness as we are creating these new streams with this new frequency anchored on the planet. So with that being said, I think I heard Red Pill a few months back saying he was really feeling like he was in '94 again, you know. And I don't remember. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost positive. So look, y'all, this 1994 energy, that was like I was in my prime in '94, and I say that by saying like I had challenges in my life, but it was great. I was making straight A's. I was coming home to the most dysfunctional things that you know could imagine that I had to deal with. Like many of us, everybody has had to deal with some type of dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? It's just a part of coming to this planet. Anybody who act like they can't relate to that, you need to do some shadow work so that you can relate to that. All right, but that energy is so present and so back. And all year I've been saying, physically, I want to feel the way I felt when I was 14. Physically, like all year. And I didn't even realize that there was a connection because in 1994, I was 14 years old. Okay? I'm going to take y'all on a ride. Remember, the World Wide Web was invented. And that's when it started to really take off in 1994. So what is the World Wide Web 2.0? I would say the merging of AI, you know, the merging of the technological information age, the World Wide Web, and they're webbing, they're trying to web us into the World Wide Web to trap us, to keep us from breaking the spells that have been cast over us for generations. See, with the pandemic, with the 5G energetic fence that they're putting up to keep us like dogs, right, in the yard with the energy fence. Y'all, for those of you all who got dogs, y'all know what I'm talking about. You can buy a fence that you cannot see. It's invisible, and the dogs will not. That's fine. You can have it. It's not. They ain't gonna leave the yard, but you can't see the boundary that's causing them not to leave the yard. It looks limitless, but it's a limitation there energetically. That's what we're dealing with right now. So by them taking the pandemic, right, hitting us with the nanos, like nanos in everything, then we're gonna give you a virus, and then the Hegelian dialect, the solution to the virus is to inject you with another virus, HIV virus, you know, and then we're gonna take that and splice it. So it's basically gonna manipulate your RNA, right? They're making us merge with the World Wide Web. So you would be like one of the Bluetooth devices in the house to connect the Wi-Fi to, and they will be the controllers of the Wi-Fi. They will be controllers of the energetic grid. They will be the controllers of our perception by controlling our energy field, by putting on these nanos and heavy metals inside of us so that they can manipulate us with frequency that will manifest itself in voices in our minds and emotions that take us over and we cannot control, and deep anger and frustration that we cannot even be in a receptive mode to hear our ancestors and spirit guides speak to us, to give us clarity, to tell us what we need to do, whatever the challenge is we're dealing with. You can't even get to that point because you're on a mental lockdown. Remember on the picture,
Ice Cube.
had the rings of Saturn going around his head. You could look at that and say, well, that represents getting free from the matrix. But I look at that and say, they're saying you. I mean, IQ, not Dr. Trey, IQ. They're saying we want to control you. We want to put rings around you. The corona, that's the crown chakra. So put the rings of Saturn around crown chakra. That's to lock us in Father Time. That's why we say in the Neuralink technology, that is finna shoot. Like that right there, we just watch. What Elon Musk is doing, just watch. They want you to be a device. They want you to be nothing more than a device for them to control. So with these vaccines, we told y'all what's gonna be in it. If you have not seen that video, go back and see that video. What they're gonna do, they're trying to use Father Time and trap us so that we don't vibrate up out of the spells that has been cast over us. Exactly. So Elon Musk, y'all know, this is the neurotechnology company that he founded with the implantable brain machine interface.